Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
And in this episode of The Hypnotist, you'll be listening to a hypnosis session created for a female client that really wanted to get to a point of acceptance, but also feel empowered to assist their partner with a recent ADHD diagnosis. And they felt that they had built up some resentment as a result of the ADHD influencing certain decisions and actions. And they really wanted to reconnect with how they originally felt with them and to really feel that they had more choices in terms of accepting the ADHD, but working with it rather than being frustrated or annoyed by it. And part of that is this idea of loving boundaries, this idea of doing things in a way that becomes empowering rather than disempowering, that creates connection rather than disconnection. So although the genders used in here are very much aimed at a female with a male partner, if you're listening to this and you have a partner that is neurodiverse and it's led to certain emotional baggage that you're carrying, you might get some value from this. But of course, it was created for an individual. So if you feel like a bespoke session might be more helpful for you, there will be a link in the show notes where you can schedule that free consultation call. For now, though, find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe in that slow, long, relaxing breath of intense resourcefulness. Breathing in that wonderful feeling, and as you exhale, feeling a sense of release. Allowing sensations of tension, stress, or worries to start to feel like they're leaving your body in that outward breath. As you breathe in and breathe out, notice your eyelids getting heavier, releasing any tension from your eyebrows all the way down into your eyelids, down into your jaw. And just imagine those tiny muscles at the back of your neck starting to relax. And your breathing starts to happen all by itself, requiring no effort. Breathing in deeper, exhaling for longer. Almost like your heart and lungs combined are doing the breathing for you. Feeling like you're drifting off to a place of acceptance and wonderful changes. take another deep breath in, allowing it to fill your lungs completely. And as you release, feel a sense of heaviness settling over your shoulders. Each breath takes you deeper into comfort and ease. And maybe you've already noticed that the rhythm of your breathing is becoming more steady and more calm. It's got a rhythm that you can see in nature. The rhythm of ripples on a pond, or waves lapping at the shore. With each breath out, just feel you're releasing any tension and feel that stress is simply melting away. Feel safe and calm and relaxed. As you allow your awareness to travel down your body, relaxing your arms, your hands, going all the way down your chest into your gut, even your internal organs start to relax. All the way down into your legs, down to your toes, just feel a sense of complete, ever-increasing relaxation. That's it. Jaw relaxing, neck relaxing even more. And I want you to use the power of your imagination to imagine staring into a photo album of memories. Flick through the pages until you can find a picture that doesn't exist in reality but exists in your imagination of your very first date. Maybe you can recall what you were wearing. Maybe the location. Something about that date that triggers that memory. And when you recall that memory of that date, looking like you're seeing it in a photo, let me know by nodding your head. Imagine you step into the photo, but not into yourself. Imagine you're a time traveler going back to that memory at your current age, seeing you back then as you were, and see the expression on your face when you made eye contact that very first time. Almost read the mind of that version of you. Get a sense that there was desire, attraction, and perhaps see you in deep conversation, eyes transfixed. See the body language of someone in deep connection. And I want you to get a sense that knowing what you now know, there are clues that you missed at the time, but now become obvious as you get a sense that the person you were attracted to then also had a different way of thinking, a different way of being. And that's the person you were attracted to. You didn't find the attraction and the connection, and something changed that. You were always attracted to someone wired that way. And if you, with your current knowledge, can now see that, even on the very first date, let me know by nodding your head. And therefore, feel the resentment, any resentment created from that moment to now, melting away like snow on a sunny day. I want you to get a sense that if any resentment was due to malice, deliberate choices that you now perceive to be unfair, then the resentment was built on false foundations, and therefore it can melt away. I want you to step into that version of you on that very first date. Feel how you felt at the time, staring into their eyes, feeling that attraction, that connection, the excitement. Maybe there's a spark or chemistry or a different word you would use. Feel there's a sense of playfulness or fun. And notice where you feel these feelings in your body and amplify them. Allow them to feel stronger, filling your heart with warmth. Notice how in that moment everything felt fresh, new, and full of possibility. And these aren't just memories. Neural pathways were built in that moment that we're reactivating now. Awaken them, rekindle them, because you can carry this connection, this sense of romance and fun, of excitement, connection, back into the present moment, reigniting the bond you share. And as you soak up all of those wonderful feelings of connection and love, a new understanding begins to emerge. You realize it's not about fixing or saving him. It's about facilitating his growth and empowering him to solve his own challenges. You already believe that you get what you tolerate, not what you deserve. But that also applies to a huff or a puff or a sigh, pressure to help. If you tolerate it, you'll get more of it. But what if you reward something else? What if you were to reward problem solving, accountability, What if you rewarded hindsight? What if you rewarded that element of the qualities you admire? Not just the ambition, but the follow-through. Not just the focus in the short term, but in the longer term. I want you to give permission to yourself. Tell yourself it's okay to have loving boundaries, as you acknowledge that boundaries are not barriers. They are bridges to understanding and mutual respect. Feel the strength in your heart as you embrace this belief. And maybe you could imagine yourself gently but firmly holding space for your husband to take responsibility for his decisions. You can support him without needing to take on his challenges as your own. There are things you do together and things he'll need to do all by himself. And in doing so, you feel a deeper sense of empathy and acceptance. That his ADHD is just a part of him. You can't change your eye color, but your eye color doesn't need to define you. It may be a part of him, but it does not define him. So feel that everything up to now is the past. Extract the wisdom from the past, learn from it. But all the emotions of the past are no longer needed. I want you to get a sense that there's certain things that you throw away when they lose their value. Old clothes, broken furniture. Why keep them if they're not useful? And the resentment you've been holding on to is certainly not useful. So as we start a new year, agree with yourself that this resentment belongs in the past, and you're not willing to bring it forward into this new year. And if your unconscious is willing to wipe the slate clean, to learn from the past but not hold on to it, let me know by nodding your head. I want you to imagine what the next year could look like without that resentment. A more feeling of teamwork, where the past is behind, there is a clean slate, and ahead is a bright, exciting, fun, connected future. I wonder if you could feel in advance a sense of partnership, of mutual understanding. where you're not walking his path for him, but there walking beside him, cheering him on as he learns and grows. Not helping is not being cold, because you are helping. If you're facilitating more of that personal responsibility, accountability, the wisdom that only comes from experiencing the consequences of decisions and actions, and feel that this facilitates more feelings of admiration, connection, respect, but also fun and excitement. That these boundaries are acts of love for yourself and for him. And you carry the understanding that by letting go of the past, you are actually creating all of the right ingredients for a stronger, more connected future. What if resentment is a poison? A poison for a relationship? Doesn't it make sense to make sure you're not carrying that poison inside you? Feel it is fully in your past, and you're not willing to hold on to that poison anymore. And in doing so, you create more space for that empathy, understanding, and loving boundaries. And maybe you can get a glimpse back in that photo album of memories that haven't even happened yet. Future memories of connection and love and fun that are only possible because you let go of the resentment and because of those loving boundaries. And if you get a sense of that future, just let me know by nodding your head. That's it. Which confirms that the resentment is in your past, and the slate is indeed wiped clean. Very soon I will count from 1 to 10 to awaken you, and you will awaken in a slightly different version of you, into a reality where the resentment is in your past and optimism is in your future. And in the here and now, the slate is indeed wiped clean. So take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Connect fully into the here and now as I count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.